You're paying Odell a lot of money. What are your expectations from him?
Well, I think like we said in the release, we expect a great season out of him. I've had 3 of those so far, and he's done everything the right way, starting back in the off-season program. He's been terrific throughout training camp, so I think he's raring to go.
How important was that in this whole process that he kind of did all those things?
It was important. You know, we wanted him to come in with the right attitude, and obviously wanted to see if he was healthy, and I think he checked both those boxes.
Are you all clear on the same page about some of the things that have gone on in game and off the field, that some of those things won't be happening anymore?
Well, listen, I think he's matured quite a bit, and I think that stuff hopefully is in the past, and I think he's ready to go on and be the type of player and citizen that we expect him to be, and I think he will be.
John, was there a specific point this offseason where your opinion changed to the fact that you were comfortable with this type of guaranteed money and this type of commitment?
I can't say there was one specific point. I think it evolved over a period of time, and it was always our intention to sign him at some point. The only question was it going to be this year, or were we going to give him another year to prove himself? But as I said, he came in with the right attitude, and you know, his energy level has been, you know, off the roof, and he's done everything we've asked him to do, and you know, we feel good about having him on our team for the next 5 years.
John, to pay a non-quarterback that kind of money, was that for you personally sort of a mental hurdle you had to overcome to get there?
Not really, because I don't think it's completely out of line in the wide receiver market. I mean, it was pretty apparent that we were going to make him the highest paid wide receiver for now, and you know, so I think the deal makes sense for both of us.
John, you said that you always intended to sign a long-term deal, and you've said that before too. Obviously, there was a period in March where it did not sound like you might have felt that way. Is that
yeah, I think a lot of you overreacted to that. You were asking me, you know, is anybody untouchable? There's nobody that's untouchable, especially when you're coming off of 3-13. So, you know, are we going to listen to phone calls when they come in? Yeah, of course you're going to do that. I think, you know, it'd be irresponsible not to, but it was always our intention that he be a part of this team.
At that point, you weren't thinking like maybe there's a chance that he won't be here because of what was going on with him?
I would say there was a very, very small chance that it was not even worth losing sleep over. We wanted him on the team, and I think he knew that. We made that pretty clear to him.
John, can you comment on the role that Pat Shermer played in this, in terms of, you know, building up the communication, building up a productive relationship, and how that kind of factored into the whole equation? I
think that's a good point. I mean, he and Pat, I think, were on the same page right from the beginning. Pat obviously desperately wanted him on the team this year. He said to me back at the beginning of the training camp, number 13 is pretty good, you know. I said, yeah, I think we were aware of that, Pat. But I think the thing that impressed Pat so much was the attitude and the energy level that he came in with. And, you know, I left it up to Pat and Odell as to whether he was going to play in the preseason. Kind of a mutual thing that he wasn't, and that was fine with me.
And then to follow up on that, did you see kind of Odell, I don't want to say mature, if that's the right word, but did you see a change in Odell, you know, from maybe him calming down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's always going to be a high energy guy. He's always going to be an emotional guy. It's just our hope that he keeps those emotions in check. I'm sure there are going to be some incidents where, you know, he gets excited, and just hopefully he's going to keep it within the grounds of, you know, not incurring a penalty or doing anything else that's going to embarrass him or us. But, you know, he's 25. I think he's moving in the right direction, and he wants to be here. He's really excited about being a part of this team. So,
what did you think of this negotiations overall from a public perception? At least it looked like it went really quickly and smoothly.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there was anything unusual about it. Some negotiations go really quickly, some take time. This one took probably a little more time than we had hoped, but you know, it's not our first negotiation, and at the end of the day, we're satisfied with the deal. Judging by the video that he posted, I guess he is too.
How important was it to get it done before the start of the season, so it wasn't something kind of hanging over?
I think it was important because we didn't want it to be a distraction. We didn't want it hanging over him. We didn't want him worried about, you know, what if I get hurt? You know, I'm not going to be protected. So I think that was important to get it done before he actually started playing in games.
John, was there a moment this summer, once training camp started, that you thought to yourself, you know what, this has got to get done?
this is what we need?
I think we were all always confident that it was going to get done. It was just a matter of time. Contract negotiations can drag out, and it all depends on the agent and the general manager, and there are a lot of details that had to be ironed out. And so I was confident it was going to get done. It was just a question of when. And I mean, he went out to Detroit and took part in those practices and was full speed and looked great. And he was ready to go, and we were satisfied that he was healthy and had the right attitude. And it was just a question of time. That's all.